Welcome to the Wife Approved Podcast. I'm Shane.
And I'm Caroline.
Let's go.
How you doing today? How's your week been?
Good. I got to sleep in today, sort of, until you came down to grind your coffee in the world's loudest coffee machine and cough, but I didn't have to get up and work today. So it's a good day.
I'm trying to bring the energy in these podcasts, but man, I feel like my luck has just been, I don't know, I've been getting sick,
You're still sick.
Last week it was just starting, and then I'm still struggling. I'm going to try not to be coughing this whole time, but it's hard. I'm so tired. I had a damn water sensor that was going off. Why do these things always wait till 3 a.m. to go off?
We've been having some really bad luck with water leaks.
I know.
It's been back to back, and they're all in different areas.
Yeah, we just a few weeks ago, we had the whole attic issue, and then this one was going off. It started, I think it was around 3 a.m. and pretty bad, but I was too lazy to get up and deal with it, so I just got my phone and dismissed it. And
what?
I saw where it was coming from. And so I knew it was...
What if it was catastrophic, the sink was pouring?
I don't know. I guess I just took my...
You're probably awake anyway.
I don't know. I may have gotten up and just checked it at some point. I just really don't remember. I don't think I did because I would have took the sensor out. But I was just so tired that I kept... And then it would go off again in an hour. And it did that. So it woke me up.
So you should have just got up?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So I was woken up by this Aqara water sensor under the sink that was going off.
It woke me up too.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
On your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting those critical notifications.
Yep. And I figured my man's got it. Ignore. And then you laid in bed.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I was just counting on it not being a serious one.
Which, to clarify, the reason that I didn't just slap you is because you're so sick and coughing so much that you've been sleeping, on the couch or in another room because you're so sick.
I guess we should clarify. I wasn't even in the bedroom. I was in another room so you could get some sleep because I've been coughing. This has been probably one of the most mild illnesses I've had. It has not been that bad at all, but I just developed this cough. It just feels like elephant's sitting on my chest.
Well, I hope I'm not going to get the cough because I definitely had whatever you have. I just don't have the cough. I still am very winded to talk. I can't catch my breath. Feels like elephants on my chest. I woke up with crusty nostrils 2 days ago. That went away. But I have been so tired. If I walk from the bedroom to the front door, I was winded.
Yeah, that's kind of really what I've been dealing with. But there's no congestion, no headaches, no nothing. So
I better
it's
not
just
get this cough.
Yeah, it's just this cough. It just won't go away. It's been a pain in the ass. And then I did a live stream the other day on YouTube, and I had this cough attack in the middle of my live stream. And
I'm going to go back and watch it.
I probably need to get the mute button ready here in case I start hacking in the microphone here. I'm trying not to. I got a cough drop in right now.
How far along in the live was it? Because I want to go find it.
It was pretty early on, I think, because I think that set me back because I was feeling better and I wasn't really coughing as bad, and I was feeling better, and so I thought I was gonna be fine. And then I guess I didn't do that much talking, so this might not be a good thing to do here today. But I just, when you're doing a live stream, on YouTube, it's just you're not talking to anybody, so you're just talking nonstop, And I had not been doing that all week, so I just started talking, and my throat dried up, and then I just started hacking. And then so from then I kind of got my composure, and I started drinking water. So I drank a lot of water throughout that
your
that
coughing makes me it's because it's been going on for so long. It makes me want to go postal.
The coughing?
Yes, because it's so much. You're coughing every 3 seconds. It's nonstop. And that's all I hear is coughing. It's driving me. I'm trying to be so nice because I know you're sick. And I have not been feeling well either. And it's just I just want you to take some cough medicine at this point. It's so bad.
You just need a chill pill. That's what you need.
God.
All right.
I would love a chill pill.
A chill pill? I'll give you a chill pill. All right. So how's your week been going?
It's been fine, actually, other than being sick. I mean, I felt like crap. I pushed through and worked a lot, but I really felt bad. Again, I woke up with both nostril holes crusted shut one day. But again, I'm still winded. Like I feel it in my chest now talking. You know, like I got to take a deep breath. But I'm better.
Well, you got to work from home all week, so that's nice.
Yeah, that was nice. I mean, that is nice about the flexibility that I have to be able to do that when I'm not feeling good. Plus, like nobody wants this. You know, I mean, I feel like a lot of people have it that we know.
Yeah.
You know, it's been
that's how you get it, because people be going out feeling like crap and then they spread it all around. That's probably what happened.
I've heard that some people have come into the office this week that are say they feel better but sound awful.
It used to piss me off so bad when I worked in the office, and then you go in there, and I was in cubicles like you are, and you could just hear people sniffling and sneezing and coughing, especially this time of year. And I'd be like, every time, like, man, you need to take that shit on home. No, because we were really flexible too, like.
But not every department can be flexible.
Sure, yeah. And some of the other people that I worked with, their job duties weren't as flexible as mine, I guess. So maybe it was a little harder to go home. But every time they'd be like, oh, it's just allergies.
It's allergy. I hate that. It's just allergies. You don't even have allergies. You lie.
Bro, you full of shit. You know it ain't no damn allergies. And then next thing you know, it's going through the office. Everybody gets it.
I knew I was getting it. I started to feel run down, like what you described last week. Like you feel like you're fighting something. I was like, oh, here. But I was just sick. I think we both were just sick. I feel like we've gotten sick a lot. Anyway, I'm tired of talking about being sick. Mm-hmm. But had a good week. Something I didn't share, I don't even know if I've really like shared everything with you, is about Mariko's chemo, which is done. You know, we talked a little bit about her ringing the bell and stuff, but I didn't really share kind of what she went through at her oncologist's office, and I'll not share the name of that oncologist now. Not the name. It's not the oncologist. It's an experience she had in the infusion center. But it was just an experience that she had with an employee in the infusion center. So not, specifically the oncologist. Yeah,
so for people who may not even know, you said oncologist is the name of it, and that's where you go to get your...
Oncologist is a cancer doctor, but...
And that's where you go to get your, like, chemo treatments and stuff? Yes,
you go to their infusion center. Okay. So just had, like, a horrible experience there. Not necessarily. The nurses were all, like, amazing. I don't want to let... one bad apple spoil everything, but everybody there was amazing. The oncologist, she really liked.
And this is, in case you're watching or listening and don't know, it's your best friend.
Yes.
Who's been dealing with cancer.
Yes.
Stage 3 cancer, who's your age. And she just finished her last round, right?
That's right. And so so she gets her last round of chemo. She's had Red Devil plus other chemo drugs. So not just the Red Devil, but the Red Devil is like the worst. So she gets all these drugs, and then the next day she has to go in for a shot. I want to, again, preface this experience to say that all the infusion nurses were wonderful. All of them. Like, we'll remember them forever. Front desk, checkout. What is the person that does like the financial stuff?
Bookkeeper?
No, the financial aid person that kind of helps. What is that called?
I have no idea.
So is it the social worker? Great.
I couldn't tell you.
There was a couple people that were in like upper management that came around great.
Okay, everybody's great. So what happened?
But there was a assistant nurse manager on the floor. So she has a little office. I told Mariko the first time I went to a treatment with her, met the doctor. Of course, I'm like her fiercest advocate because she's vulnerable. Mm-hmm. They try to scare you. Everything. It is scary anyway. And then they lay it on thick, and then you're putting all these drugs in your body. It's all just like a very traumatic and scary experience. So I'm there to advocate for her. I meet this woman, and within the first second I saw her face, I kind of like knew. But, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, went through the whole thing, went and sat down, talked, just her body language, her tone. I mean, you just got to think, these are like very vulnerable people. This is a very vulnerable medical field. Mm-hmm. Emotional, scary. Yeah, for sure. And she just was not welcoming, warming, fine. I know people are awkward, not everybody has like a good personality. So I let it slide. But then I sat down, and in this infusion center, it's pretty much all open. There's probably like 30 chairs, and they're divided by like a half wall, but you can see the person next to you. You can see the nurse's station. It's very like open. It's very busy all the time. And the first time I went, the way she talked to Mariko, and again, not like directing anything at her, just the way she responded in small talk. Bitch. Yeah, she was just very, like, made my skin crawl. And I looked at her and was like, can we please switch? Like, I just don't have a good feeling. She rubs me wrong.
Switch offices?
Yeah, like switch oncologists. Switch transfusion center. So Mariko's mother had cancer. So Mariko has something to kind of compare her experience to because she went to SCOA, which is another infusion center, another oncology place. And it was totally different. And so it was just like I just ate it for Mariko because Mariko would give me the side. I'm like, hush, be quiet, because she can see me. Like, I'm very protective, and I just believe in treating people like with respect and treating people kindly, like especially cancer patients. Especially, Mariko's young to be in there. Like, people that you're seeing in there are older, or they're so sick from chemo, they're withering away. They can hardly walk. I mean, it's like the saddest thing, the saddest experience. And to have assistant nurse manager who has her own little office, she was like, clearly had, and as the more treatments I went to, the more times I went up there, she clearly had like a power trip problem. And again, it's not always like what you say. Sometimes it's just like how you say it and your demeanor and how you speak to somebody. So on Mariko's last day at her shot, she was getting her shot, and the nurse was, talking to her, checking all her vitals, and just like, how do you feel today? She says she feels like shit. She does. She can hardly drive there. She's fevering. Body feels like it's on fire, bones on fire. She just answered. And this assistant nurse manager was like within an earshot and heard it. So Mariko gets the shot, and then this nurse floor manager comes over in front of the nurse and Mariko and was like, blah, 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 I need to see you in my office. Mariko, you too. And, Mariko's just sitting there like in the nurse, and you could tell by the nurse's face, she said that, they knew they were about to be scolded. And Mariko's like, you could tell. And then I'm sitting there like thinking, what in the world am I going into the office for? And Mariko, you first. So she proceeds to like first of all, pulling a patient inside of an office with the door shut without a witness is like a no-no. She pulls Mariko in this office and proceeds to scold her. She's trembling when she's talking to Mariko. So you're like, you aren't that Billy Badass if you're trembling. So Mariko's just sitting there. She pulls her in the office and is just talking about the way she speaks, the way she basically scolded her for for cussing because she said shit. And then says that it's not professional for Mariko to call staff by their first name. And Mariko is just like, she's like, is this a joke? She's like feeling horrible, like looking at her. She's like, she's like, I really thought she was like playing around. It's my last day. Mariko is like very passive, very jokey, when she's scared or upset, she's like, she jokes and she laughs and she's like so kind. And she like just tries to like, even if she's terrified, she's going to joke and laugh. But she's also very passive until you push her. And so she's like, are you kidding me? She was like, well, I don't work for you. And your first name is on the name tag. Like, what else am I supposed to call you? First names are what's on the name tag. I'm just confused here. Like, thank God I'm done. Can I go now? I think she might have said, like, I don't work for you. I'm not like your employee, whatever. It was just a thing. And then, like, she just, like, immediately started crying. So, like, on her last visit, her last day, that's the experience she had with this woman. This woman, I have regrets because I sat at so many treatments and watched how this woman spoke to her staff. I watched how she spoke to patients. So
she just treated everybody like that?
Yeah, it wasn't just us. I watched how she spoke to the patient family members. And it my biggest regret is not like defending everybody. Like I should have not listened to Mariko because we ate it, but it made it so uncomfortable. You're already in such a stressful situation. Like Mariko had so much anxiety before the meds even went in her, she'd be like throwing up, you know? And when you have someone walking around barking at her employees, being rude to patients, family members. Again, it's just all about how you like treat people. And I sat there and I ate it and I have big regrets about not completely showing my ass.
I'm surprised nobody else has done that, you know? I mean,
I've heard this isn't their first incident with this woman.
I've got very little patience and tolerance for shit like that.
She should work in a prison. She is so... I've just never seen anything like it. Like, this is oncology. These people are quite literally dying.
Yeah.
Puking. There was a patient at one point who coded, like getting the treatment. You have got to build some rapport with your patients, treat them with kindness. Like, we're not in a church. You know, this kind of treatment is life altering. It's horrible because she said shit, you know, to a nurse. And then she immediately was like, I'm sorry, I just feel so bad. He's like, no, I want you to tell me exactly how you feel. Like, the nurses, again, were amazing. Watching how she treated them and talked to them. And look, the job of a manager or a supervisor, in my opinion, is to get in the trenches with your employees. You know, there's rules and that's fine. But you should be in the trenches with those employees. These nurses were so busy, and she's worried about whether a patient family member uses the staff bathroom that's in the infusion center. Mm-hmm. There's snacks in the hallway. They're out on a table in the hall, not behind a thing, not behind nothing. There might be 30, 40 patients. These nurses are administering drugs to each one of them. They're so busy.
They're understaffed.
They're
right?
understaffed, yeah. And to eliminate like nausea and stuff, there's snacks. And so, you know, we had a friend that got up to go get Mariko a bag of chips and a drink because, you know, they're gloving up. They're like, I mean, it's like very serious. Mm-hmm. So if you don't go get it yourself, you're not getting it. And she would came up behind our friend and was like, patients aren't allowed here. It's in the hall. It's like open. You know, and then storms off, and it was crazy. I had to fight everything in me to just not like go back up there. Again, Mariko's passive, and this really, I think, kind of opened her eyes, and she has stood up for herself. And she has gotten so far a decent response, and that's why I'm going to leave out where she went.
So you're complaining. Putting in a complaint.
Oh yeah. Officially opened up a grievance and a complaint. And the bottom line is like, these are some of the most vulnerable people on the planet.
Yeah.
And to treat them like that and to treat your staff like that in front of people and to treat patients and their family members and talk to them. Again, it's not always what you say. It's like how you say it. You sitting here worried about whether a family member, because, you know, cancer patients cannot use the same bathrooms as like me and you. Because you'll be exposed to that. So they have like their own set bathrooms, but the family members, you know, there's a bathroom that has like a paper sign that says like that she wrote that says staff only. Well, I'm not paying attention to that sign. She got on to me one time. I didn't know. I didn't see it. I just went in to use the bathroom because it's right there in the infusion center. Mm-hmm. I just went in and she barked at me, and I'm just sitting here like, so they want you to go all the way out into the lobby, like through all these locked doors that you have to wait in line, like be let back in. And that's stupid. Mm-hmm. And some of these people, like I say, are so elderly, the family members that can't walk all the way back out there.
Yeah, like her mom is like 80 years old.
It's like, it's a joke.
Yeah.
So I wrote them my opinion very professionally in an email, and Mariko wrote them about the experience, because what should have been like a very happy like memory and experience, she fought like a hard battle, 12 rounds, Red Devil.
Finishing, right?
The finish, yeah. So what was the point of that assistant nurse manager pulling her in on her shot? Like, what was the point? Just one more. Know, she wanted a one more time flex on her.
Yeah, it's just like egos, I guess, man.
It is. And it was and I'm not playing it. I don't want any, and Mariko is just crying, and she feels horrible. So, and she's dehydrated. So when you cry, it makes you feel even worse. Like pounding headaches are already there. Mariko's point is she doesn't want it to continue to happen to patients, you know, or anyone else. And again, so far, you know, patient advocacy was a joke. That thing was like some generated letter. That's a complete bullshit. So don't file something with patient advocacy if you ever have an issue like this, but go above that because it doesn't mean anything. We realize, but again, I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends in the nursing field. I have a lot of friends in the nurse manager field, like high up in the chain. And I found all the people to get in touch with and let them know. And there has so far been a really good response. So I just wanted to share that because I have regrets about listening to Mariko. Like she was over there like looking at me like, don't you do it. Because I was ready.
Don't make a scene.
I wouldn't have made a scene. I don't scream and holler.
No.
But I wanted to call her out.
Well, a lot of people.
Like you need to stop.
I think a lot of people, probably most people maybe just don't like conflict. You know, I mean, I don't really like conflict either. I think that's probably natural.
I don't either.
I mean, I know, but so I could see, especially just a more passive person being like, I just don't say anything. But
it's already so stressful.
Yeah, I have such little patience and tolerance for that kind of stuff.
Me too.
You know, I'm surprised you didn't say anything sooner. I'm pretty sure if I was there, I would have freaking snapped.
I mean, but even not for us because we're young.
Well,
but watching her do it to older people.
Like it's even harder if I see somebody else that I care about being treated like that. That's when I snap.
And just like small talk. It was just like her attitude. Like if you tried to hey,
just attitude.
She just she didn't want to converse with you. Yeah. She should not be in oncology. She should not be in any form of medical practice. She needs to work as a prison guard or guard at the hospital. It is unreal. I feel bad for the people that have to work under her. Again, it wasn't just patients and family members. She was doing this to staff in front of people.
Yeah.
And
I'm not even really surprised. Like
for me in oncology though,
I mean, it's not okay and it's unfortunate, but it doesn't surprise me. Like we've said it like numerous times in this podcast before, like people just kind of suck. Like sometimes. Yeah. Most people don't, but a lot of people do. And, you know.
Well, I hate it too. It's like the gaslighting. Like with people, you know, we talk about how people suck and, you know, it's like people want to come at you, you know, they'll come at you and then, but not say your name, or, you know, they just gaslight you, you know. So then when you finally, like they just dig or indirect but they're just specific enough, you know, and then when you like say something,
address it, yeah,
it's like,
oh, what are you talking about?
Victim, what? Yeah, I didn't do anything. I wasn't talking about you. Like what?
That's that victim shit.
Yeah, and I can't share too much about. Like I don't want to like share too much because it's been a positive response, but
you know, she just might not be cut out for a job like that, you know.
But I mean, even not in management, she does not need to be a nurse.
Yeah.
Can you, if I had somebody injecting me for chemo that acted like I begged her to walk out of there and change doctors. Well. I was like, this is not how it should be. And she knew that was not how it should be because she went to every single chemo treatment with her mom at a different facility. It was totally like night and day.
Yeah.
And then I've talked to, you know, like my boss's wife, good friends of ours. She went through chemo at the same place, I believe. No, a different place than Mariko's mother. Mm-hmm. Totally different. Like they were floored. It's just unacceptable in any way, shape, or form. I have regrets for not just calling her out there and taking up for those people. But anyway, good response.
So what's the moral of the story?
Just stand up for what's right. I just believe in like, I don't know. I'm just on like I have, like you say, zero tolerance. I should not listen to Mariko. If you see somebody getting treated badly, and Mariko will take up for other people in that way. It's very, I think, hard taking up for herself. And again, this is like, she's worried about living or dying, like, and all these drugs going in her that make her feel horrible. But I would say, like, if you're a family member, I don't care if it's a stranger or your neighbor, and you see someone getting treated bad, step in. Like, don't be a bitch. Like, step in. I would say if this is happening and you're having people gaslight you, and stand up for yourself. Like, I'm just so big now into treating people how I want to be treated, treating people right, and kindness, but also like being assertive and standing up for yourself too. Yeah. That's not wrong. You're not wrong for doing that. Again, I just feel I have like guilt for not standing up for some of those patients when I was sitting there. But I hope, and again, we've gotten a really good response. I hope they're going to make some changes. Because if not, it's going to go under. Like, because they've opened before and not made it. And again, the oncologist was great. All the support staff were great. But that is not okay. She should be in the trenches with her employees, gloved up. What do you need? What can I do? That is what a boss and a good manager does. Is they get in the trenches, they say, what can I do to make your job easier? How can I help? Not policing the snacks in the bathrooms.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
And being rude to patients and their family. That is unacceptable in every way, shape, or form. So stand up for your family, friends, strangers. I think that's the only way it stops. You know, because everyone wants to mind their business. That's not my business. Stay out of it. But at a certain point, like, you got to step in.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, for businesses and stuff like that, for sure, it could probably help. But like, I don't think there's anything you can do to like fix some of these people.
I'm not saying fix them. I'm not saying it's going to fix them. I'm just saying stand up for
it ain't going to stop them
yourself.
From being like shitty people, you know, shitty people they just suck, you know. Nothing will stop them from being like that until they fix themselves. You know, she's got something else going on with her probably that causes her to be such an asshole. But yeah, it's definitely not good for business. You know?
No, it's not. Again, the most vulnerable people on the planet.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. I mean,
it is unreal. You should even as much money as you're spending, $200,000.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
You know, I think she's been billed, like her and her insurance company have been billed, what, $1 million, maybe more?
Yeah.
I'm getting treated like that.
What is it every time you go in there for one of those treatments? Like,
they bill it monthly. I think it's like $100,000 or $200,000 every time. And that's not including doctor visits. That's not including PET scans. That's not including port surgeries. That's not including all the exploratory surgeries to find it. That's not including the pharmacy. I mean, it is a lot of money. And you gonna treat me like that?
Yeah.
Nah. It better be like Hall's Chop House up in here, you know? You better be slicing my steak. Anyway, that's my regret. I'm very proud of Mariko. She has changed. She used to be very, she's passive still, but she's always stood up for like me. Like, I couldn't even fight my own fights when we were kids. I'd be nose to nose with someone, and Mariko would come around and I would always look at her and be like, can you stop? You know, Mariko doesn't play when it comes to like friends and like, she will defend it. But when it came to herself, she was a people pleaser. Yeah. And she would let people walk all over her. And she like stood up for herself. She wrote an awesome letter about her experience. And it's not just with that. She's standing up for herself in so many ways. You know, that again, I'm not going to share like other things about personal stuff. I know she's okay with me like sharing this stuff, but she's been like stand up for herself. And I'm like, look at my girl go. I'm like that proud parent, because I had been on her. Like, you can stand up for everybody else. Stand up for yourself. Like, you don't need to please these people. Who gives a crap if it hurts their feelings? You know, it's your sanity. It's your, you got to protect your peace and your family. And like, you cannot please all these people. And so I'm like so proud of her.
Yeah. I like that. Protect your peace.
That's what we've had to do.
That's 100% where I've been for a while now. Yeah.
Also, and we can get off of the subject of her, is she got her PET scan and she is freaking cancer free. She's completely in remission, complete response.
Yeah. We need a button here for like, I need to program these buttons so we can do some like,
but I'm not playing games with her. I again got her on this alternative protocol to keep it going. You know, she did the standard of care, but we're going to be doing other things that have, you know, there's
helped a lot
again,
of
Carly Gramp or Grump,
a lot of people.
Go look her up on Instagram. Wow. Anyway, she's getting on that protocol. There's a lot of influencers, mothers that are on it that have like stage 4. They've seen fantastic results. Lots of people curing themselves. So I'm going to have her on some kind of regimen.
When you talk about how much money it costs for every one of those, there's no wonder why there's no why nobody talks about that. There's no public cure for cancer or whatever.
I think there is. And I think it's been discovered. It's a matter of it getting out.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's a reason why.
Well, that's why they don't take the stuff out of our food. Mm-hmm. That's why there's no mandate.
Yeah, it makes a lot more money keeping us sick.
That's right. It has been a glorious week. There's been like pep in my step. I've talked and cried on here about her and the fear that lives in me, and I still will carry it. But knowing that it's gone,
it's awesome.
She's gonna carry it every time she has a pain. She's gonna be like, "Oh my God, is it back?" But it's gone, and I've demanded from her that she gets on this, just kind of like a maintenance thing to keep it away. Yeah. Because she's been very honest. I don't think she would do treatment again, and that kills me.
The first time I did an extended fast was like over the summer. So I did. I've done like intermittent fasting for years now, right? Basically, it's kind of like I just stop eating, at night, and then I don't eat again. Usually till like 1 or probably about 2 p.m. at least the next day. So I've been doing that for years, and I like that. But I did an extended fast this summer for 72 hours, I think, which was the first time I did that. And her whole like diagnosis and everything, that's really why I did it. Like I started, looking into a lot of things and just research and, as soon as the algorithm gets wind that you're like into anything like on Instagram or whatever, you're just seeing like all kinds of stuff, right? And I saw so many people talking about just like really long extended fast, like 72-hour minimum. Some people even go longer than that, which is crazy. But
that is really good.
So many people said that is like if they got diagnosed or when they did or whatever, that's like the first thing they would do is just a really long fast to kind of like detox everything. So I was like, that'd be good for anybody to do. So that's why I did it. I was kind of hoping she would do it too, but
she was already gone through too much.
It's a tough, it's really not as hard as you'd think. Like 72 hours, it's like 3 days.
It wouldn't be hard for her probably now. I mean, it'd be hard because like we like to eat, but when you're going through treatment, you feel so bad. Oh, yeah. There's just no way. She could barely eat anyway.
This was before she was going through treatment, I think, when I did it. But anyways, like I don't expect most people to do that, but I kind of shared like, I knew it was going to be hard. So I shared on my Instagram channel, in my stories that I was going to do it. I shared that I was going to do it. So I held myself accountable. Cause if I tell somebody that I'm going to do something, especially like publicly, I'm going to freaking do it. And so I did that, and to kind of hold myself accountable. So I get through the 72 hours it's just a water fast. So nothing but water and black coffee. You can have black coffee. Thank God.
You can also have bone broth too.
Yes, you can.
But I didn't do that.
I just did black coffee and water.
Day 3 was rough.
Yeah. Day 3 for me was the roughest one. Actually, days 1 and 2 were not that bad. But I was surprised to see how many people that like follow me on Instagram, maybe that I hadn't even talked to or had no idea or, about this kind of stuff. So many people like messaged me and were like, oh yeah, it's great. I've done it. I've heard people say that like, I'll do like a 72-hour fast, like once every quarter or once or twice a year.
My dad and stepmom did them.
And they always did like the juicer things, like the cleanses.
They did fast too. They did cleanses, but it was apple cider vinegar, lemon juice. Like that's what they were drinking. And
yeah, but I don't think that's the same. Like that's still, I'm talking about like just water fast, which is, back in their day, like the whole juice cleanses were.
You know what else is really good for you? That my dad and stepmom did back in the day. They were bodybuilders. Straight up. I mean, right. Donna was a bodybuilder until all steroids came in, and then she would refuse to do steroids. So she couldn't compete anymore, once all these women started injecting themselves and just getting huge. But they used to do coffee enemas. And the girl I talk about, Carly Grump on Instagram, who, kind of went through all the standard of care, radiation, cut her boobs off, did all the Red Devil chemo, and came back in 2 spots. And then she was like, I'm not doing this again because the hormone blockers were so awful. Anyway, she has started doing the coffee enemas, and apparently they are like really good for you to like cleanse your colon
Hold on,
and
like,
intestines.
Enema means up your butt, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
so-
what I thought, but you're saying that like that's just coffee up your butt.
Yeah, well, that is like, so it's like fasting she talks about. And then, of course, the protocol that she does that saved her life and came back and tumors in 2 spots are gone. And now she's doing these coffee enemas. And that is something.
Just coffee.
It's coffee. I don't think it's caffeinated, but it's a certain coffee and you do it in the shower. And apparently
I'm not going to do that.
I was wondering if you were, I was trying to get there. I was like, all right, you're fasting. You're going to try the coffee enemas too?
No, I'm not going to do that. I mean, unless, maybe if I had like a really good reason to or something, for sure. I'd try whatever, like natural stuff, I guess. But no, I'm not doing that. But I like the fasting, and I got through the 72-hour fast. I want to do I want to do it again.
Please do, because that means I don't have to cook and get to go out to eat for 3 days in a row. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and that works for me too, because like you're out of the house and I don't have to be around the food. I think the hardest part that I did, it was the summertime. We were at the pool. Had a bunch of friends up there. It was probably like a Friday night. Everybody's drinking beer and stuff like that.
Picked a bad night to do it.
Yeah, I had to go through the weekend because I was afraid to fast during the week because I didn't want to do it because I always live stream in the middle of the week. And I didn't want to be like fasting, and I didn't know if I was going to be like cranky or angry or
you're
tired.
Cranky all the time.
You're full of shit. Don't start. You made me cranky.
What? We determined you're the Grinch.
Talking all that shit. No, so I did it, and it was like Friday night. Everybody's drinking beer, and I was like, I could do without the beer, I guess, But then everybody started ordering pizzas, and I think by then I had been fasting for like maybe 2 days, and boy, that was hard. Being around all that, but I stuck with it, and I actually I thought I was gonna feel like all tired and stuff, but day 1 and day 2 of fasting, I actually felt really good. Like you kind of get hungry, and then it goes away, and then after a while, you kind of feel it's a weird feeling, like you kind of feel like empty in a way, but like I had a lot of energy. Like I actually felt really good. And then day 3 came. You
went to bed.
And it hit me hard. I did feel like shit on day 3.
That's why I say I think you should do some bone broth and give yourself something besides just caffeine.
I did try to do electrolytes, and I did like salt in my water and stuff, but there probably are some other things I can do to make that a little bit better. Yeah. If I do a 72-hour one, I might do that again. But I've actually done a couple of 48-hour fasts since this summer, just because, and that's actually pretty easy for me to do a couple of days, so I like it. Look into it. I think it's a good thing for health. They say, I started fasting, doing the intermittent fasting years and years ago because I don't know, I just like trying crazy stuff, I guess, sometimes, but I started it, and I saw it wasn't really for like weight loss or anything, but I saw like really significant improvements in my like blood sugar performance or levels. I don't know, whatever you want to call that. Like I don't know what it's called, if it's like hypoglycemic or something like that, but I had this issue for as long as I can remember. If I didn't have like granola bars or something with me to eat all the time, like all morning long up until like noon or lunchtime, like I would start feeling horrible.
Like shaky, right?
Yeah, because what would happen is I'd get up every morning and I'd be like, I got to eat, right? Because I'm working out and all this stuff. So I got to eat. That's what they say. And so I would eat, breakfast sandwich or whatever it was. Doesn't really matter, but it would kind of cause my blood sugar to go up, and then after about an hour or so, it would crash. And I mean, I remember being at work in the hallways in the office or whatever, talking to people, and I would just get this wave come over me, and I would just feel horrible in like a matter of like 30 seconds. It would just hit me hard, and I guess it was my blood sugar crashing.
Yeah.
And so I actually thought because of that, I wouldn't be able to fast in the mornings, because it's like, I got to eat. I mean, if I'd go fishing or do anything like that in the mornings, like I'd have to pack like snacks and stuff with me. But I tried it, and that's when I figured it out. I was like, oh, because I'm not eating that first time in the morning, I'm never getting that initial like blood sugar spike, and it's never crashing. And I was just like level, and I can go. So like I stuck with it for a year to this day. Basically, I just don't eat breakfast. I just don't eat all morning until, like I said, about 2:00 is when I eat my first meal of the day every day. And
that's too late. I can't. I'm becoming a different woman right now.
Well, you get used to it, You really do get used to it.
Well, I mean, it's what, noon probably right now, and I'm starving.
Yeah.
I can't wait till 2. And then when do you eat dinner? Because you're not supposed to eat after 6 at night. Your body naturally, this is something Don always told me.
Yeah.
Your body naturally starts preparing, your organs starts preparing for sleep at 6:00. It's like the natural cycle of your body. So you really shouldn't eat past 6 or 7. So if you're waiting till 2, and then you're eating like dinner after 7, that's probably not good, but works for you. And fasting doesn't work for
what's great about fasting is you can adjust your feeding window to however you want. It can fit your schedule. And I'd always done that, and I'd always heard from people, some people, especially like people that are really active in the gym and stuff, I would hear some talk about, what do they call it? I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's called something warrior diet or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. But it's basically just eating one meal a day. And I always been like, damn, how could you just do like, 'cause
I could do that.
You just said you can't even get till freaking noon.
No, I can get there, but I'm really hungry, but I could eat one big meal.
Don't sound like it. If you can't get till noon, how are you going to eat once a day?
I could eat one big meal. Like, I don't have to have a huge dinner.
At noon?
Yeah.
Doubt it. You get so, like, I have to hear about you all the time. I'm hungry all the time.
Well, it's because we don't eat much. Like, I don't eat snacks. We both have been eating pretty clean. Like, I've been really slacking in the gym.
You just got to learn how to control that. You got to learn how to control your hunger.
My hunger affects my mood.
And you know what I think every time I'm
Maybe
hungry,
that's why you're a damn Grinch.
I'm hungry. I'm not a Grinch. Hungry. You need to go get your damn snack.
I do. I make boiled eggs. I eat cheese sticks, meat sticks, fruit. But, we don't snack on chips. We eat pretty clean, and it comes to a certain point. Like, you don't want to eat till 2. I'm ready to eat some meat at 12. Like, straight up. Like, I need to eat. I can't wait that long. But I could eat one big meal if it was a good meal, salad, some meat, some vegetables. I wouldn't have to eat dinner is what I'm saying. But I would need to eat by noon.
Doubt it. It's mind over matter.
Okay.
100%. Because I mean, and it really, you got to get through that initially. Like, even when I first started.
You're also drinking black coffee constantly. I have coffee and I don't drink anything else.
That helps for sure. I won't lie. And that is like a hunger suppressant
you aren't
too.
Billy Badass. You're over here just killing yourself with caffeine.
I'm not saying I'm Billy Badass. I'm just saying I did, even when I was fasting, like just the 16-8 is when you basically fast 16 hours. You eat for like 8 hours. Even when I started doing that, I like worked into it, so you start, do like a 4-hour fast or 5 hour, go a few hours and just keep extending it till you get to that 8 hours. And then when I did the first 72-hour fast, since then, there's been, I guess, because I just went through it and I realized it really wasn't that bad. There's been multiple days since then that I have done just one meal a day. I just won't eat all day long until dinner time. Eat dinner and then go to bed.
I'm known for snacks and being hungry. Like all my coworkers, I'm like, God, I'm starving. Like, no surprise there.
Yeah.
It's all like, I need food.
No self-control.
No, it is. It's like I eat a boiled egg. That's how my metabolism, like if I eat in the morning, my metabolism's rocking. But like I'll eat boiled eggs and I'll eat fruit and then I'm like ready for a burger patty. Like I need
it's probably because
I'm eating.
Probably because you're eating. Yeah.
Anyway, let's throw it to our sponsor. You gonna throw it to Aqara today?
This podcast is brought to you by Aqara. They make all the smart home stuff you need to automate your home, from cameras to smart locks, sensors, you name it. Those water sensors that kept me up a little bit last night, but definitely saved the day on more than one occasion. Highly recommend those. Check them out. They are very affordable. And like I said, they make just about everything you would need to automate your smart home. I've been using them probably longer than I think I've been using any other brand in my smart home, long before they even knew who I was. So highly recommend Aqara. Appreciate them for sponsoring this podcast. I will put links to their products down in the show notes. And I'm not sure if they're on sale yet, but I know Black Friday's coming. There's gonna be a lot of really good deals. I always get a few more water sensors, usually sensors. I usually get some more sensors on Black Friday. But if you need a camera, anything like that.
What about the pet feeder? Didn't you just do a video too this week?
Yeah, we talked about that last week. The Aqara pet feeder is really awesome too. So yeah, great products. Automate your home.
Affordable, wife approved.
There you go. Well, I did get out this morning pretty early. Took the trash out. I had to take the trash to the dump. The new trash company is kind of annoying me. We're paying this money. They gave us new trash bins. They're freaking smaller than the old ones.
Way more, double the price.
And then, so like last week I had, I'm like, okay, well, I'm paying the people to come take the trash. I had a couple of boxes and other stuff that wouldn't fit in the new small trash cans. They just left it right there.
Yeah, because they don't get out the truck.
Yeah, I guess it's all automated now. When automation goes wrong.
Yeah, there you go.
So I had to go to the dump and did that this morning. Got rid of all the stuff in the back of my truck in the truck bed that the trash people wouldn't take. And then I went to Lowe's and I picked me up some panels. We're gonna do something in here. So I know with Black Friday coming up, I got my eye on a couple things too that maybe we can use to improve the podcast a little bit, step it up. I really want to get another camera and set up multiple cameras in here. So you guys that are watching might see some changes here in the future. I'm going to, one of these days, maybe in the next week, maybe it might be by next week, have some new slat walls back here. And
did you ever get a refund for the ones that came that were damaged?
Yeah, I ordered some from Amazon and they came. Half of them were kind of
good looking.
They were nice. Yeah, they were like acoustic panels too, but they were pretty much all had some damage. I would have probably tried to work around it a little bit because it wasn't that bad.
They were
not
two
great.
Different colors,
there was a couple that were pretty bad. But yeah, it looked like something just chewed through the boxes. I mean, they were literally like ripped open when I got them. And then,
if it was FedEx, it was because FedEx. If FedEx delivered it, that's how their boxes show up.
And then there was there was like 8 panels and then 2, they were like different colors. They didn't really match that well. Anyways, send them back. And I was like, I realized that Lowe's sells basically the same thing. So I just went down to Lowe's, picked up some.
Are they the same color?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like a walnut color. I think it'll look good.
How'd you say walnut so weird? It's a walnut. It sounded like it was like a screw.
Why do you always got something to say?
I don't know. It just sounded so funny. A walnut.
You're the country ass one here.
Maybe it was country. Maybe that was your country coming out.
We want to start talking shit about how somebody talks.
Walnut.
You're the one we can't go anywhere outside of South Carolina. They know where we're from, thanks to you.
You're country. You just said walnut.
A little bit. Like it probably comes out, but you can't say anything. Who's more country? Let us know.
Shane. Yeah. Whose side are you on?
I think you sound more country than I do. I grew up moving all over the place. You grew up here, but I have been here long enough. It has kind of gotten to me, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. When we need to do that again. I need to reunite the girls for our girls trip. We need that. And we need to do that again. We used to do them every year, at least once. And we would be like in Florida, typically, sometimes like South Carolina, which didn't matter. But anytime we went to like the Panhandle or anywhere in Florida, down to we went to Miami a couple times. I think we went to Panama City, went to Myrtle Beach. But they were like, where are y'all from? We're like, South Carolina. Like, oh my God. Same thing happened in Vegas.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then
Vegas.
Where else was it? It was all of us. I feel like we were in like a group.
Everywhere
Anywhere
outside of South Carolina, they know we're freaking country hillbillies because
they just
when
like
you open your mouth.
But who was it? Because they were like I just want to hear you talk. Like they were telling me to say things, and they were like, "That's crazy," and I'm just like, okay,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do kind of like a country sounding girl. I mean, obviously, I guess. Do we have any questions or anything to get to?
I think we have some. I think you did have a question.
Okay. Question. The question comes from Joe. Says, "Hey Shane, I know you're picky with your apparel, and do you think I'm picky with my apparel?"
Yes.
Oh, okay. I never thought I was. And you mentioned, okay, well, yeah. All right. Let me just finish the damn question first.
Please. Like, you're over here trying to answer it.
I know you're picky with your apparel, and you mentioned this when you're promoting your new swag. I see that you're wearing good quality t-shirts. What are your go-to brands? So yeah, definitely when we're talking about like the swag that I've made. So I've got a few shirts and things like that you can buy through like the YouTube channel. And yeah, I was pretty picky about that. So that's what he's mentioning. Obviously I want like good quality stuff. And I have always been picky really just about my t-shirts. Like, I mean, I like wearing t-shirts. I'm wearing a t-shirt right now. This is, I wanted to be comfortable, but also like look decent, I guess. And so that's what I wanted when I was picking, the material and all that kind of stuff for the clothes that I sell through the YouTube channel, which I need to do more with that. I'm kind of slack about that.
I've been telling you that.
It's just a lot of work.
It is, and we're a 2-person team. It's a lot.
Yeah. I like having stuff like that. People have asked me, like, what are ways we can support you and stuff. And, it's not a big money maker. Like, I don't really make hardly anything off of those, but it's fun to have and like super cool. There's been a few times where I've been out. It's usually like a tech conference or something, and I'll see somebody that's like wearing one of my shirts. That's always really cool. But anyways,
I think it's cool for the person that's supporting you to have something you made and created, like to support you, but also it's really like it's kind of like a souvenir for them,
Yeah, and I like doing that too. I like supporting other creators and things like that, whether it's shirts or whatever different things that they might sell. But so to answer the question though, I see you wearing good quality t-shirts. What are your go-to brands? So outside of the ones that I had made or have made for the channel, like stuff like this, these just like plain shirts. It's usually Cuts is the name of one brand that I order. They're really comfortable.
It's Cuts clothing. And they're expensive, by the way. TJ Maxx is a very good place. And I believe the brand.
I was going to say that's not a brand.
Let me finish. But
You're so fucking sassy today, dude. What is your deal?
I'm just messing with you. TJ Maxx has like Kenneth Cole. I believe is one brand.
I did wear a lot of Kenneth Cole shirts.
You still do. I just washed one, but they're the Shane likes the fitted, so I guess it would be like slim. But they're $7.99, and so that was like his whole wardrobe. I would go pick out Kenneth Cole, and there may be one more brand, but you can tell they'll say like slim or fitted. So they're not boxy, which I know boxy tees are in now. And I think you have one of those from IFA and you like really like it.
Yeah,
but for the most part, you like it to fit your arms right. You like it to not look huge here and you like it to fit your chest. So there is cheaper versions because I think these cut shirts are like $50.
They're expensive. I like it to be comfortable. Expensive. I like it to be comfortable too more than anything. But yeah, Cuts clothing is one.
TJ Maxx.
The ones from the Kenneth Cole ones from TJ Maxx are good. And then Built, I think, is another brand that I've got a few things from recently. They're also kind of expensive. BYLT, I think, is the name of it.
I don't think you necessarily love their t-shirts. I think you really like their jackets and pants and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I've got a few. Well, I just ordered a couple shirts, so we'll see when those come in. Try to just like wait till stuff goes on sale and then maybe get one or two more.
But I will say, with what's sad is like I think you are a Cuts ambassador, and we like never use your code or like anything because you could probably get them a discount. But we should probably renew that one day. But the thing with the Cuts is that they last. So the TJ Maxx shirts are fine and they don't pill or do anything weird, but like deodorant and stuff will get on them. And so it's, if you buy a white Kenneth Cole shirt for $7.99, you have to replace it in 3 months, you're not mad. I will say like the darker colors with the Cuts, they don't wrinkle, or even the whites, but the Cut shirts don't wrinkle. And then they're just like high quality. Like they're very, very good, very soft.
I love that. Not wrinkling is like huge because I hate having to iron or steam stuff. So if I could just pull something out of the drawer and put it on, that is one of the things.
And we hang dry them FYI, if you end up ordering a shirt, hang dry it. That makes it last longer and
and
prevents
when you wash
issues.
them, a lot of shirts, they get, I call it like the bacon neck, where they get all like the around the neck, and these don't really do that. So I like that too. Like with regular shirts, a lot of times that happens. Sometimes you can steam them and it's better, but anyways.
But if cuts is out of your budget, which understandably, but TJ Maxx, that's where I got all of your shirts. Like, you still wear a lot of them. Kenneth Cole.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with
$7.99, baby.
And speaking of like YouTube and the shirts and all that stuff, actually, I was thinking about maybe doing an episode where we just talk all about YouTube stuff and what it's like being a content creator full time behind the scenes. And I don't know if that's going to, would be interesting to you guys. Let us know. The reason I say that is because every time I'm out, I don't know if you've noticed this, but every time I'm out in public and in real life and I'm talking to somebody, almost every time, the first question is always like, what do you do? And I say, content creator, YouTuber, whatever. They always seem to be like super interested and have a ton of questions.
It just happened to me at the doctor yesterday.
How do you make money?
They were
you make money from that? Like, what it's like? And there's all these questions. It's usually about money. Like, how do you make money and all this kind of stuff. So if you have questions, I thought it might be interesting to talk about because, like I said, so many people always have questions for me. So we could talk about it on here. I do kind of selfishly want to use it as like an opportunity to like vent a little bit about some things.
Oh God, I'm scared. What do you want to vent about?
Well, just things like I don't like share and talk about normally, on my regular channel, just because I try, I keep that all positive, and there's just a lot of stuff behind the scenes and things, comments and negativity and just like a lot of other stuff that I don't normally talk about.
It sounds like it could be 2 episodes. It could be one whole episode on what it's like to be a YouTube content creator and the stuff you deal with and how you deal with it. And then the finances and the behind the scenes, like how do you make money and all that could probably be its whole episode.
Well, it could be a whole freaking podcast. I mean, there's literally podcasts that just talk about being a content creator, But if you want to hear from me, maybe you're a content creator yourself, or you just want to see like how I do certain things, or have any questions, or maybe you're considering being one, or like you're just curious, because that seems to be the case with a lot of people I talk to. They're just like, how do you make money on YouTube?
Yeah,
like,
they don't understand it.
How do you do that? You just sit at home and make videos all day. That must be nice.
Yeah,
I bet you have so much free time.
I'm over here like, oh yeah, but no. Yeah, Shane gets to make the videos. It just happened to me at the doctor because I have this thing on my neck that I went to the doctor. I've had to go to the doctor twice, and they're like putting. By the way, I didn't tell you this. They injected it again with steroids. So I have this thing on my neck, and they're calling it a cyst or some kind of aggravated hair. Anyway, I'm on camera, and I can see it, and it bothers me. And it got really. It's almost gone.
Wouldn't even known it.
It's almost gone now, but it was like really red and big, and I thought it was a zit. And anyway,
okay, where's the point? Is there a point in there somewhere?
Yeah, because she was like, she read the notes, and she's like, well, it says here that you're on camera. And she was like, so what do you do? And I was like, my husband.
Oh, why didn't you say OnlyFans just to fuck with her?
I do sometimes. I've done it before, yeah. I think I'm going to start doing it more. But I just was like, hey, like we have a podcast. And I was like, in normal videos and stuff, and my husband's a YouTuber. And she's like, well, what is a YouTube? All the questions that you're talking about, which is awkward for me. It makes me feel weird, like, because they look at me funny, And I was like, look, and like everyday pictures, you probably couldn't have seen it except for when it got big. But when this light is shining, it bothers me. I can see it. Anyway, I want to make sure also that it wasn't cancer.
Well, yeah.
And so it's not. And so anyway, they shot me up with steroids again in the thing. Mm-hmm. I'm like anti-medicine, but this is one that I was okay with. I was up most of the night. It like causes insomnia, because you're like,
oh, really?
And I probably still have some of the effects
of that. Was that yesterday?
Yes, but I was like laying in bed, like I couldn't sleep. And then 3 a.m. and I was like, oh.
Critical alert.
Yeah,
Water leak
critical.
detected. So did you get them every time it went off, or just that once?
I think I just got it once.
Okay. It was every hour after that.
Why would it not do that to me too?
Probably because I got it and I shut it off. I silenced it probably before it hit the HomeKit.
It was in HomeKit.
Yeah, I know. I got my notifications through the Aqara app, and then they also come through HomeKit. So I probably shut it off, silenced it, before it, triggered the HomeKit notification. That's my guess.
You know what else I was thinking? I was going to maybe save it, but I'm just going to drop it here. It's the end. People probably aren't listening anymore. I think we should see, and I wonder if there are any studios in Vegas where we could record a podcast from there.
Oh, yeah.
And they have the lighting. Maybe we're going to have your camera anyway, but they would have mics, lighting, whatever we need. So I think it would be interesting.
To do one with us or have some other people join us or what?
Definitely us. And, I've thought about other people, maybe. But I think it would be really cool to like film one in Vegas and talk about like what we've seen. And I don't know. Yeah. It'd be cool to film from there.
Yeah. Well, we could. If it's just us, I don't know. I mean, we're so busy when we go out to CES, that's another thing we could talk about, stuff like that. If we do that content creator episode, but we're just so busy during that time, but it would be cool. Like I think at CES, they actually have podcast studio sections or whatever content creator areas set up at CES that you can like rent out. And I don't know about rent out, but you can reserve. I've never done it before, but I'm pretty sure they have that. I know they had that at IFA as well in Berlin.
The ones I saw didn't look that great at CES last year. The little workspace booths and stuff. I don't know if there was like mics set up and like this thing. I don't know what that is, but
no, I mean, I'm pretty sure they got some recording areas set up. So I don't know. Might be cool to do that. Might be cool to get some other people on and on the podcast too during that time.
Yeah, and not just
we're not all too busy. It's just such a busy time.
It is really hard, and not to just talk about tech, but I say that most of our friends that we've made through this part of our life, they're all married and stuff. They all have kids. They're all married, so it might be a good idea to like come up with some stuff and do something all together.
We'll look into it. You guys drop us some questions or topics if you want to know, like I said, specifically about YouTube or being a content creator or have any questions about how I do stuff. Let us know. You could drop a comment, on the YouTube channel, on Spotify, or if you want to leave a comment or a question anonymously, you can do that over on our website. I'll put links to everything down in the show notes below. Thanks again to Aqara for sponsoring the podcast, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.